you're in this bubble, and then you only ever talk to people who agree with you.
Right.
And then the media is constantly reinforcing it.
I want to jump back to Andreessen because here he explains, and again, this guy's a billionaire, explains why certain wealthy people were voting for Kamala.
What do you think the motivation of all these wealthy people to vote for Kamala Harris was?
Because they feel great. Because they're saving the world.
Yes, it is.
It's amazing to be in charge and control society and decide how everything works and decide who's good and who's bad. And like you're elite, you get to be the elite. You get to make the elite decisions.
And if you want to be in that group, you have to.
You got to do this, and you feel good about yourself because you feel like what you're doing is on behalf of your. You feel like what you're doing is on behalf of your clientele and your
It's
class.
Reinforced by the echo chamber you live in.
Yeah, and it's why if you read the media, New York Times, it's either how, New York Times only has 2 articles anymore. It's either how evil are Republicans or how innocent and helpless are poor aggrieved minorities or identity groups. Right, and so the oppositional force, but we're the party of good with a capital G because we're taking care of all these poor, marginalized people. And so it's a very compelling. You feel great about yourself, right? It's just absolutely amazing. And then, by the way, it just so happens that the economy is wired up in a way where you're getting paid a ton of money for not working very hard, and it's all great. And then you're completely isolated away from the lived experience of just normal people, which is the state that I found myself in, where it would never even occur to you to talk to a garbage man or to somebody running a restaurant or whatever, because it's just like you're not affected by the rising crime rates because you live in a safe neighborhood,
right? And
you've got you're against the wall on the border, but you got a wall around your house, right? And so you're in this bubble, and then you only ever talk to people who agree with you,
right?
And then the media is constantly reinforcing it, and then you get ostracized if you disagree.
All right, so you guys all get that. You get it sort of at the politician level. It's like the Democrats, like Nancy Pelosi, they don't want a border wall, but yet she has huge walls at her house and security and everything else. And they can afford to do it a certain way, right? It's why they'll always be like, police are bad. And then you go to a community that is overrun with crime and they're like, can we have more police here, please? That would be nice. But this is what the left has done with everything. They have created now an alliance where Marc Andreessen, I knew him, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. The guy was not outspoken at all, had his own private beliefs, did not really share them, but now more and more people are becoming emboldened to stand up against this thing.